Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode from the Pixelmon Let's Go server. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a fantastic day. I have been doing some work between episodes. I've been breeding and doing all the normal, breeding stuff. But, go away, Drober. I got a couple of Megastones between episodes. I finally got the Gardevoir right. I managed to get my hands on an Altaria, and I have Slowbro. So this is fantastic because if we look at our Draft League team, which is right here, I do have at least one of every Pokemon on my draft team in this box. Slowbro is on the list. I now have its Megastone. Gardevoir is on the list. I now have its Megastone, and then I got the Altaria Megastone as well, which is not on my draft team, but it's just a cool Mega. Like, it's the only Fairy Dragon that I can. I'm pretty sure it's the only Fairy Dragon, unless I'm forgetting one. But Fairy Dragon is just such a cool typing, and it's got some very interesting abilities and stuff like that as well. So I'm happy to have the Altaria Megastone, but the big one is the Gardevoir and the Slowbro, and mostly the Gardevoir, because Mega Gardevoir is a pretty hard hitter. I've got Moonblast on this particular Gardevoir because this Gardevoir is not meant to be Mega Evolved. On a Mega Gardevoir, you'd want Moonblast to be replaced by Hyper Voice, which is 90 base power or 95 base power, I forget. So it's roughly the same base power as Moonblast, but it can hit Pokemon through a substitute, and most importantly, it is affected by Mega Gardevoir's ability, which is Pixelate, which will turn any normal type move into a fairy type move, therefore giving it stab bonus because of Gardevoir's fairy typing. But Pixelate also gives any move that it affects a 20% power boost as well. So Hyper Voice does end up being a more powerful attack than Moonblast. So continuing onwards, I managed to get another Ralts, a perfect Ralts. So this is going to be our Mega Evolution Ralts. We're going to get Hyper Voice on this guy. Probably Hyper Voice, Moonblast, and then I don't know what else. I don't know what I want to do there. This one I've got Calm Mind, Future Sight, Moonblast, Psyshock. I'm thinking for a Mega Gardevoir, probably something like Hyper Voice, Psyshock, maybe not Hidden Power. I don't know. I don't know. I need to look at the move pool and decide what I want. I do like Calm Mind. Calm Mind is a good option. There's just a lot of stuff. Ralts/Gardevoir has a pretty nice kind of support move pool. Or we could just go pure offensive, or I don't know. We'll see. So there's that. I did some trading with Etho between episodes as well, and got my hands on a Timber, a Piplup, a Mimikyu, and a Hawlucha. All of these are perfect competitive-wise, like they all have the right IVs and natures and stuff like that. Mimikyu is... I'm super happy because its ability Disguise is now in the game ever since we've updated to the most recent version of Pixelmon mod. So that's great because before, this just said, like, this ability hasn't been coded into the game yet. So it now has Disguise and it is working properly. And Disguise is really what makes Mimikyu a good Pokemon. You can get hit once for free no matter what the move is. And that makes it so good because you can basically get free setup, like guaranteed free setup, which is just fantastic. So right now, this guy, it's level 1. Will-O-Wisp, Woodhammer, Splash, Scratch. What some of you may not know is that Splash, if you use a Normalium Z Crystal, Splash is actually a boosting move that raises your attack by 3 stages. So it's kind of like a Swords Dance, but better. But the downside is you have to use your Z Crystal on it. But I think it could be maybe really fun to run like a Z Splash set and just leave Splash on this Mimikyu and then run the normal, I don't know, Shadow Claw, Shadow Sneak, Play Rough, or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. We've got Mimikyu now. We have Hawlucha as well, which is just a great Pokemon in general. Unburden is a fantastic ability. So that's great. Piplup turns into Empoleon, best defogger, period. Just bar none. No, it's a steel water type, which and it's fairly bulky. Like, it's just a really solid Pokemon. It does get defog. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? Piplup would be good to have. And it's a special attacker. I do need more special attacking Pokemon in my kind of like competitive Pokemon move pool, because I am a little lacking in that department. And then we've got Timber with Guts, Drain Punch, Mach Punch, Fire Punch. Give this guy a Flame Orb and he will wreck things. So yeah, fantastic. As far as the breeding goes, I do have another Togepi. This will be a Togekiss. This is Togetic, but this will evolve into Togekiss. Perfect IVs, which is fantastic because Togepi is a massive pain to breed. And I have one already right here. This one, Air Slash Dazzling Gleam, Aura Sphere Nasty Plot. This is a Nasty Plot Togekiss that I am running as a Choice Scarfer. But Togepi, or Togekiss, however you want to look at it, this evolution line gets some really cool moves and some just really unique sets that it can run. It gets Trick, so like you give it a Choice Scarf and you can just basically force your opponent to have a Choice Scarf, which can be great. It does get Nasty Plot, as you saw. It gets Encore. There's just a lot of really like cool stuff that this Pokemon can run. So I'm super happy to have another one that I can give just a different set. This one's a pretty standard Nasty Plot set, but I'd like to have more of a supporting one as well. We've already talked about the Ralts and what we're going to do with that. I do have now a Perfect Timid Dino, which will eventually turn into Hydreigon. I feel like I did not have one before. Oh, okay, I've got this one. Dark Pulse, Draco Meteor, Fire Blast, U-Turn. But I'm thinking maybe I'll make like this could be like a defogger or any number of other things. I mean, Hydreigon has a very diverse move pool as well. So one of those Pokemon that really benefits from having like 4 different versions of it in your box. And then finally, I have a Reuniclus here with Magic Guard. It has Acid Armor, which is an egg move that it only gets by breeding with, I believe with Grimer is the only way that it can get it. But either way, it's got Acid Armor, and with this little boy right here, you give him Acid Armor, Calm Mind, Recover, and an attack, and he's just a super reliable setup Pokemon because he can boost his defense by 2 stages with Acid Armor. He can boost his attacking power, or his special attacking power specifically, and his special defense with Calm Mind, and you can just recover off damage with Recover, and then you have an attacking move to basically just destroy things once you get up high enough with Calm Mind. So how do you normally deal with a Pokemon like that? Well, you normally put like Toxic on it or something like that. But it has Magic Guard, so this thing takes no damage from Toxic. It takes no damage from hazards. It takes no damage from Life Orb. Like, it's just a super, like, solid, consistent setup Pokemon. And that's one reason that it's fantastic. So, yeah, I've got basically 8 Pokemon here that I need to train. Also, I've got these 3. I have a Chansey here that basically I think I really just need to put Toxic on it instead of Wish. And I'll give it to, or maybe, I don't know, it'll be Toxic instead of either Wish or Soft Boiled. I haven't decided which I'm going to get rid of yet, because I evolved my old Chansey into a Blissey. I've got a Garchomp here that needs a couple of moves, Earthquake being the big one, and then I have a Dragonite here that is currently running Aqua Tail and Wing Attack, and I want to change this out for something else. I'll probably make this a Z-Fly Dragonite, because this one I have Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Extreme Speed, D-Dance, which is one of my favorite Dragonite sets. This one, maybe I'll run like Dragon Dance, Roost, Z Fly and Earthquake or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. You all know Dragonite's my favorite Pokemon. Like, so I'm gonna have all the Dragonites. Like, I love this Pokemon so much. It is my favorite. Maybe I'll make a video at some point that's like my top 5 favorite Pokemon. Do the classic YouTuber top 5 list thing. Why not? It could be fun. Anyway, so I'm gonna work on checking up. It looks like I have a new batch of eggs that's kind of popping up right now. So I'm gonna check those out. I'm gonna start working on training up some of these Pokemon here, and I will catch up with you in just a sec. All right, guys, I am back. It's probably 3 or 4, probably about 4 hours later since I recorded that last clip. All of those new Pokemon are EV trained and leveled up to level 65. So the only thing left to do now is just get the moves on them that I want. Some of them are pretty close. It's just a matter of, grabbing a TM out of my chest and putting it on there, or finding a move tuner. Some of them have a ways to go. But I figured I'd go over the EV spreads real quick. These 3, Hydreigon, Gardevoir, and Togetic, are all max speed, max special attack. Reuniclus and Empoleon are max HP and a mix of special defense and defense. Girder, I believe, is max attack and max special defense, and then Mimikyu and Hawlucha are both max speed, max attack. As far as moves go, I want to get Calm Mind on this Reuniclus instead of Light Screen, and then this dude will be completely good to go. And I think I probably have a Calm Mind TM sitting around, so that won't be a big deal. This Empoleon, I'm going to go Stealth Rock, Defog, Scald, and a 4th move that I have not yet decided on. Maybe Knock Off. I don't know. We'll see. But Stealth Rock, Defog, and Scald for sure. Haven't decided on the 4th yet. This Girder is going to be Drain Punch, Mach Punch, Facade, and something else. I'm leaning towards Stone Edge, but we'll see, just to give it that coverage against flying types that might come in on it. But we'll see. Mimikyu is... Hone Claws needs to be Swords Dance. But then I think this is good. I might do something else instead of Shadow Claw. We'll see. I did decide not to do the Splash Z move set. If maybe I'll breed another Mimikyu now that I have one. This is a female Mimikyu too, so it shouldn't be too hard to do. But maybe I'll breed another one and then make that one a Z Splash set just for the lulz, shall we say. Hawlucha is basically good to go, except I need Acrobatics instead of Fire Punch. No idea what I want to put on this Hydreigon. Defog, probably like Defog, Draco Meteor, U-Turn, and Flamethrower, or maybe Dark Pulse. I don't know. I'll figure something out there. Gardevoir needs Hyper Voice, and Togetic needs Air Slash and Trick. So, yeah. I mean, we're getting there. This is pretty close. I also need to get a couple of moves on this Dragonite and this Garchomp. So now I'm in the move category, but check this out. I got some really good luck as far as getting items, just grinding here at Ethos Ghost Farm place thing. So I got 3 leftovers, which is great. A bunch of different held items. Most of them are, I don't think I got any new held items. Unless you got Mega Stones, because I did get a Mega Swampert Stone, which is fantastic. I already had the Gengar one, but 3 more leftovers. That's fantastic, because I think I only had 1, and I had to keep moving it around. So that's great. I got another Assault Vest, and a couple other random things, some rare candies. I got 2 Master Balls, which is awesome. I got super lucky on that. Couple of choice items, a couple of random TMs and Z crystals and stuff like that, and a couple other balls. You can kind of see I switched to, as I finished off some of these Pokemon and had open slots of on the team, I brought in some of my pickup Pachirisus to do stuff. So, but anyway, yeah. Okay, not a good time, please. I just want to get my items and leave. Thank you. Are we good? I think we're good. All right. So anyway, next step is I need to go to town, or more accurately, I need to go to the arena near town. I need to check my my TMs and see what I have there that I can make use of. I did get some TMs as well, just kind of flying back and forth. There's a shop kind of in between my base and the ghost farm. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to go back to my base first, and because I'm sure I have Pokemon that need to be hatched. But anyway, I'm going to work on getting some of the moves, and maybe there was a ton of people online. Now there's only a couple, but either way, I'm going to work on getting the right moves on these Pokemon, and maybe someone will join me for a battle. We'll see. While I'm doing that. That happens fairly regularly, you know, people basically waiting for move tutors to spawn at the Extreme Hills arena north of town, and often I'll just be like, hey, I'm killing time here, anyone want to come battle? And people will just come battle just for fun. So maybe we'll do some battles, we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to get back to work. I will catch up with you momentarily. All right, guys, I am back. I'm hatching the eggs that were in need of hatching, and this boy right here, this is something I've been waiting on for a while. This is a perfect Volcarona, or it will be when it actually, like, hatches and levels up and evolves and all that kind of stuff. Unfortunately, I just got done with all the training and stuff. So I'm going to add one more Pokemon to the list, and I think I'm going to train this guy up as well. I might actually use rare candies, since it's only this one Pokemon. You know, maybe I'll get him up to, like, level 50-ish or something like that at the tower, and then just rare candy the rest to get him up to level 65. But we'll see. Either way, I've been waiting to get one of these for ages, and there we go. It has hatched, Larvesta Flame Body, and we're going to have to give it a whole bunch of moves, and it does learn some of the moves that I want as it levels up anyway. So I'm super happy to have that. It's a male, it looks like. Timid nature, everything is good. So anyway, just figured I'd update you on that. I'm going to get back to it. All right, my friends, I am indeed back, and I have some good news and I have some bad news. The good news is I've actually got quite a few of these guys completely done. So Conkeldurr, done. Has all the right moves. Got it evolved. Got a little help from Nebris. This is one that you have to trade to make it evolve. So just trade back. So that one's done. Empoleon, I decided to go Scald Toxic Stealth Rock Defog on this boy. I think that'll work out pretty well. Gave him a leftovers. Mimikyu, for now, I'm just going to leave Shadow Claw, Play Rough, Shadow Sneak, but I might change out Shadow Claw for a different move down the road. But either way, he's good for now. Holucha, good to go. Reuniclus, good to go. Like, and the Volcarona. I actually totally trained up this Volcarona as well. So Bug Buzz, Flamethrower, Quiver Dance, Roost. It's kind of a bulky Volcarona set. And that one's done. So basically what I have left that I have to do is, of the ones that we started training up today, this Hydreigon, this Gardevoir, and this Togetic. The big and important one is this Gardevoir. And basically all I really need is Hyper Voice, and that's a move tutor thing. And in fact, basically everything that I have left is move tutor things. So now I get to do the very exciting job of sitting here and waiting for move tutors to spawn. Congrats! Zypher. Zypher's one of the new guys who just joined the server very recently. He's been fighting a Mega Tyranitar for like the last hour and a half or something like that. Something absurd. But anyway, so that's all good. Now, normally, this whole move tutor waiting game, I would pass the time by battling other people. But even though we had like a bazillion people on the server earlier, now it's just me and Zypher. And as I said, Zypher is kind of one of the new guys. He just joined like within the last week or so. So he really doesn't have competitive Pokemon at the moment. Like, I'm sure he will, because as far as I know, he's a pretty solid competitive player. But he just hasn't been on the server long enough to do all the breeding and the IV stuff and the EVs and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it really wouldn't be fair to battle him at all, because I've got like 6 months of server progress that he doesn't have. I mean, I look at this. I've got boxes, literally multiple boxes of perfectly bred and trained Pokemon. So yeah, it just wouldn't be fair. So I guess I'm just gonna kind of kill some time, wait for move tutors to spawn and, you know, hope I get what I need. I probably won't, because that's how these things normally go. I'll probably be here for hours waiting for like one stupid move. But either way, I don't know, maybe I'll get lucky. I am going to begin the waiting game, my friends. I'm going to begin the waiting game. All right, my friends, I am back. It is quite literally 7 hours later. I didn't find all of the move tutors that I needed, but I found the vast majority of them, and I think I can live without what I didn't find. I was hoping to find a Draco Meteor one for this Hydreigon, but I think it's okay. I'll just run U-turn over it instead. So basically, Dark Pulse, U-turn, Defog, Roost. I got pretty much everything else I needed, honestly. Like, we got Calm Mind here. We got Defog, Stealth Rock, Toxic on Empoleon. Volcarona is set up and good to go. Bug Buzz, Flamethrower, Quiver Dance, Roost. All I really need to complete the rest of these, of the stuff. Oh, and this Togekiss right here. Air Slash, Dazzling Gleam, Yawn, and Trick. So it's Scarf Togekiss set, and then I changed my existing Togekiss into a Life Orb set with Nasty Plot. So, but yeah, I mean, it's the waiting game. You know, you basically sit there and you wait for stuff to spawn, and sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. But this will be the Mega Gardevoir, Psyshock, Hyper Voice, Focus Blast, Calm Mind. And then this Gardevoir is Psyshock, Moonblast, Calm Mind, Future Sight. This will be a regular Gardevoir set, or Gardevoir set. So basically, the only thing that I still need to finish, essentially, like, all of my Pokemon that I currently have, like, bred and ready to go, is I just need a pair of Earthquakes. I need an Earthquake for this Garchomp, and I need an Earthquake for this Dragonite to run over Aquatail. So it'll be Earthquake, Fly, Dragon Dance, Roost. This will be a Z Fly set. And then that's basically it. So the easiest way to get Earthquake is basically just to fly back and forth between my base and this shop right here and wait for one to spawn in. And that's basically it. So hopefully by the time the next episode rolls around, I will have Earthquake on all of that stuff. Unfortunately, the only... I did actually do a couple of battles with Zypher, but they were pretty one-sided because, you know, as I said, he's been on the server for like a week, so he really doesn't... He hasn't really had a chance to get any competitive Pokemon. And I tried to use, like, my less competitive Pokemon, you know, like my lower-tier Pokemon, like Mismagius and stuff like that. But even still, you know, I've got... These are perfectly... IV bred and EV trained, and they have the competitive move sets and stuff. So like, it really just wasn't a fair fight. So, but anyway, I'm going to work on these eggs. I'm going to fly back and forth, try to get an Earthquake TM between now and the next episode. But I think I'm going to go ahead and call this one right here, because I have been working on this episode now for about 12 hours altogether or something like that. And I think it's about time to call it a night. It's like 11 o'clock here. So anyway, guys, I think that is going to do it for me. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.